Oh no, oh no, oh no. Good morning, you guys. I wanted to do a get ready with me talking about my first year teaching experience because I kind of want my channel to be more low-key. When I was editing and re-uploading the previous videos I taught where they were like sit down, I didn't love them as much because I felt like they were too cut and dry, and that is not my personality at all. So I wanted to make my first year teaching experience video, but I wanted to do it like more low-key, and I want to do it get ready with me version, I guess. So that is what we're gonna do today. I'm just gonna be getting ready for my day, and I'm just gonna be talking about my first year teaching experience and what I learned and my major takeaways while I get ready. I personally love get readies with me. I think they're so fun. So I just have my damp sponge and I'm starving, so I'm just gonna eat this, but I just want it to be really low-key and like I'm talking to a friend. That's how I want my channel to run. I don't want it to be so like crisp and clean and just, that's not how I am. Honestly, I'm a little bit of a hot mess. I want my channel to portray like who I am. So this is me without makeup on. Let me start with my foundation. I'm just gonna lightly talk about what I'm using. Personally, I love makeup. Like that is my favorite thing to do. I would definitely say it's my hobby. So I'm just trying out this Tarte base tape. It's a hydrating primer. I typically don't like hydrating primers because I have oily skin, but that is a-okay. I like to use this LA Girl. It's a smoothing face primer. It's like dimethicone, and it smooths out your pores, which is what I enjoy. So anyways, my first year, I was hired as a intern teacher, and if you guys don't know what an intern teacher is, I have a video, I'll link it down below. But basically it just meant that I was still enrolled in my credentialing course while I was in my first year teaching, and I was taking 22 units of college. And if you were in California, you know of all the testing requirements, and I had to pretty much still focus on passing my RECA and taking 22 units of courses, which was 3 nights a week for like 2.5 hours a night, 3 nights a week, and it totally kicked my booty. Like sometimes it kicked my booty and sometimes it didn't, but I am so stinking glad that I did it. Like I do not even regret doing it. It was so hard sometimes, like especially when you're tired. And I remember it was in October and I was just completely burnt out because I was doing school and doing all of that, and it was just a lot, honestly. But I progressed and I got done in January and I passed my RECA. Just a little bit about me, I'm like not the strongest reader. I remember in 2nd grade I was actually in a reading intervention and I got pulled out for my reading. So I've always kind of been like not self-conscious about my reading because obviously I can read, but just not, that's not my strong suit at all. So for my foundation, I just use this Wet n Wild foundation. I love it, and it's only like $6. So let's talk about the back to school night. So back to school night happened the day before the first day of school, and oh my God, I was very excited for it. I just really didn't know what to expect, and my mom, my brother, and now my fiance, who was my boyfriend at the time, were in the room with me preparing for back to school night, like putting all the papers down, and whew, it was so intense. But they helped me out tremendously, and I remember just standing there, and then I see all the parents come in and I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I freaked out 100%. It was so, I felt like there was so much pressure on me. So basically when I was talking to the parents, I had to give a slideshow of like my rules and expectations, and I really didn't know exactly what I was kind of talking about. I mean, how much can you actually know? I've never taught a day in my life. I've never student taught a day in my life. Okay, what am I even talking about? So when I was standing up there talking, oh my gosh, I was just so emotionally drained. I just remember seeing my kids come in with their parents and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have such a huge responsibility to take care of their kids. Like, I have such a huge responsibility. I hope I can give all these kids what they need. Like, I really hope I can. I don't even know what I'm doing. And then I just gave my presentation twice, 2 different times, because there are 2 different chunks. And then when all the kids left, I looked at my boyfriend, now my fiance, and I'm like, I was really sad. I was sad because I was so emotionally drained, and it was so shocking because I didn't know I was gonna have all that pressure on me. It's a lot, and I just think about if I was that parent, I would want the best for my kid. So I hope this teacher gives the best to my kid, you know? So that's just what I felt, and I just was so exhausted, but it was just crazy. Now I'm going in with my concealer, which is Catrice. I love this. It's so cheap, but it works so well. So yeah, then the first day of school happened, and I had no idea what I was doing, and I felt so defeated. Now let me just talk about what kind of position I was in. So yes, I was intern teaching. I was actually at the same district I went to. And here's just a little disclaimer. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just expressing what I went through and my opinion on what I went through. My first year teaching. This is not supposed to be anything other than that. I'm just talking about what went on with me. I don't know. So anyways, so I was initially hired on a temporary contract, and that stressed me out so much. So that just means like you're temporary, you're not even probationary. Like, you could be gone for no reason at all. They could just, you know, be done. But when I signed my paperwork before the school year started, they're like, oh, don't worry, like a lot of people move to probationary in the middle of the year. So I'm like, okay, I'll be fine. I've never really doubted myself, honestly. I've always prided myself on my work ethic, and I've always prided myself on my, I don't know, that's just how I am. I know I'm a good teacher. I know that. There's no doubt in my mind I'm not. I might not be the best at lesson delivery or, you know, just applying the correct strategies at the correct time, but I'm a good teacher, so. Okay, this is this loose setting powder I use. It's, again, cheap. It's a Coty Airspun and translucent. So knowing I was on a temporary contract always stressed me out. It always had, and I tried to not let it stress me out, but it always did. And I just felt like I had such high expectation to get hired back the next year that it was messing with me. It got to the point where I was nervous to teach because I didn't want to mess up. So it was like, me personally, you know what? I'm just gonna speak for myself. Me personally, I need structure in my life. I need to know that I'm doing a good job, and I need to know that I'm coming back in this, you know, I just need stability, and I didn't really have stability where I was at. It was really hard for me just to know, like, oh, you may not know, you may not even come back, like you'll find out by March if you're coming back. So my observations literally put so much stress on me because I'm like, obviously my observation needs to be really good so I can come back next year, and obviously I need to do all these things so I can come back next year, and it was just so stressful to me. I didn't like it, and I literally was not happy because of all that pressure on myself. And I'm not saying the district put that on me, I'm just saying I didn't like being on a temporary contract, feeling like I had to go over and above as a first year teacher to try to get hired back the next year. It added so much stress to me, and that's just not how I operate. I used to play softball my whole life. I actually went and was recruited for the USA team right out of high school. I played in a tournament in Europe with USA players. It was amazing. But once I got to college, I soon realized that I just didn't love softball anymore because I didn't like the stress. Like, I work amazing when I am like kind of trusted a little bit, and I'm not like having the stress to be perfect. That's when I work the best, and that's when I know I'm doing the best because I have confidence in myself. I truly do. But when I have that pressure in the back of my mind that you need to meet all these high expectations to get hired back. It was just not the right environment for me. Okay, I'm going in with my bronzer, and this is by The Balm, and it's in the color, it's in the shade Thomas. But anyways, so that literally just ate me up. You know what, I did the best that I could, and honestly, at the end of the day, I think I did a great job. I had parents requesting me for the next school year. I did everything I could. My favorite thing I did all year, I loved writing. That was my biggest takeaway and my biggest achievement was my students' writing. I loved teaching writing. It was so fun. Yeah, so at the end of the day, I'm happy with how it turned out, how I turned out, and I actually taught in my same elementary school that I went to, kindergarten through 6th grade, and I taught with my teachers that taught me, and it was just, you know, when I first got hired, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, I can't believe it, but it just wasn't the right environment for me. Just fast track to March. It was the day before I was gonna go to the impact-driven it was the day before I was gonna go to the impact-driven teaching conference. I got called in to the district office, and they told me to apply other places because I was not being hired back, and I was devastated. I was shocked. I didn't even see it coming at all. And that's when it got really hard for me. It was really hard for me to go back to work, you know, seeing my kids, pouring my heart out to my kids when I knew I wasn't coming back. Sorry, I'm getting a little so hard. But you know what? I knew it was for the best. You know it's for the best, even though it totally is not what you wanted, but it's totally for the best, and I knew that. I knew I wasn't happy, and I even put it out to the universe. I said, before any of this, maybe in October, I said, you know what, I know I'm not happy, point me in the right direction, like, because I knew if I got rehired, even though I wasn't happy, I would have returned back, even if I wasn't happy, because that's just how I am. I like the stability. I want to stay in the same spot for a long period of time, and I want to get good at my craft. I'm going in with this blush from a BoxyCharm. It's really nice. I'm going in with this middle shade. Aww, it's called Isla. What a cute name. Okay, anyways, it's the first time I've seen the name of the blush. Okay, this is kind of hard doing this in the mirror. Don't judge me for my makeup skills, because this is my first time doing this. Yeah, so I was really upset, but then I went to the Impact Driven Teaching Conference in Miami, and I met so many amazing people. Like, I can't even tell you how much fun it was. Honestly, it was so needed at that time. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna do my eyebrows, but I'm doing my eyebrows with this Milani. It's only 10 bucks. It's lasted me so long. Okay, I apologize. My eyebrows look crazy, honestly. Oh well. And my camera battery died so quick. Anyways, on a more positive note, it all happened for the best. Like, my new district, I subbed for them, and I'm really happy, and it's just such a different environment. So I'm already hired as a probationary teacher, and I'm 5th grade. I know exactly my site. I know I'm gonna be there the following year, and it's just exactly what I need. I need stability, and you know, I guess, like, huge disclaimer to all the new teachers, your first job may not be your forever job, and you, honestly, if you're not loving it, move. Like, if you are not loving your current district, then maybe go find elsewhere, because you need to be happy. I wasn't happy, and it totally impacted me in a negative way. It was crazy. Anyways, so I'm going to be doing my eyeshadow with this Rustic Glam palette. I am so glad I purchased this. This is absolutely beautiful. Absolutely. I love this so much, and typically when I do my eyeshadow, which is my favorite part of my makeup routine, I go into like multiple different palettes, so I'm just gonna do what I normally do. So yeah, no ill will on that previous district and everyone else, but it all happened for a reason, so I'm not gonna get all upset about it. But it was hard knowing that I wasn't coming back and being expected to teach and all of that, and it was just really hard. And that's the truth, and that's how I feel. And I think anyone would feel that way. How it's so difficult to go teach, you know you're not coming back. It was so hard, and especially it was hard when everyone's talking about, oh, next year, oh, next year, next year, next year, next year. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm not coming back. And it was just so not fun when people ask you, oh, are you coming back next year? And it's like, no. It was terrible, honestly. I'm so glad it's over. But again, no ill will. I went to that school. Like I stayed in that district kindergarten through 8th grade. I came out great, so thank you, district, for making me turn out fantastic. I just wasn't a good fit for them, and that's okay. That is A-okay. It's like a relationship. Thank you, next. You know what? You dated for a year, wasn't working out. Again, I go back and forth in a lot of palettes, and I actually want to use this palette too. Yeah, I'm gonna use this as my new one. I want to use the pinks in here. So anyways, and I'm gonna go into this palette. It's a Prodigy palette by BoxyCharm, and I love this brown shade. So pretty. Okay, anyways, yeah, so another thing that I didn't really know going into teaching was how explicit you have to be when you teach every single lesson. And a huge mistake I did that, I mean, I'm not going to do next year, and you don't even think about it, is I assumed the students knew how to do things. But you can't assume that. That makes so much headache. So my advice is to literally, you need to practice how to write your name on your paper. And you need to practice how you want to line up, how you want your morning to look. Like, you can't expect the students to know how to do anything. So you literally have to practice, and that's what that first month of school really is for. It's really for review and, you know, practicing your routines and procedures so you can teach all year. Again, I didn't know that to that extent, and I think everyone says that. I already did this color. I'm gonna go into this orangey color. But another chunk of advice that I got was, you will feel a little guilty that you're not teaching anything the first couple weeks, but it has to happen. Like, you have to teach them the routines and procedures, and in order for you to teach. So don't feel guilty if you think you're doing routines and procedures too much. Like, just don't feel that way. Just do it. I'm actually really excited for this next school year. I'm excited to take what I learned in my first year of teaching and apply it to my second year of teaching. I really feel like my first year of teaching was such a learning experience. But it was fun. Like, some parts were fun, but again, I just wasn't in the right environment, so I didn't enjoy it fully to how I could have. But you know what? It is what it is, and it's a whole journey. But yeah, I also had a lot of expectation to turn in my lesson plans every week, and they had to be set up a certain way. And that really put a lot of stress on me too. Like, they had to have the essential question, the standard, the direct instruction, guided practice in chunks. Like, it was literally insane. Like, I'm glad I did that. I just wish I was taught that in credentialing school instead of my first year of teaching, because it just added way too much stress on me. But I mean, it was like a good thing. Okay, my makeup's looking kind of bad today. It's because I'm not focusing on it. Whatever. Okay, I'm gonna go on into this neon palette. It's by Huda Beauty. I just bought it. Thank you, Jazzy and Janice. They both bought this too. And it is so pretty. And I'm gonna go into an aura or a pink shade. I'm gonna go into this highlighter pink. Why not? So just expect your students don't know how to do anything. Like, and that even goes for maybe like even lining up. They have no idea. You have to pretend that they have no idea what they're doing. And I love teaching 3rd grade, but I do feel like they were a little too young for me. And I'm really excited to be moving up in grades, because I was thinking about going back to getting my single subject, I think. Wow, that is some highlighter pink. That's awesome. I was thinking about going back, get my single subject, so I'm really excited that I may have that liking for older kids. I just feel like I'll like older kids because I am not I don't know, like, I'm just better at older kids, I think. I hope you guys are liking this video. Can you give me a thumbs up if you like it, so I know either to do it again or not to do it again? Okay, this is my favorite shade in the entire palette. more of like a sit down, let's talk about my first year teaching, how did it go, my experience. That's just what I wanted this video to be, but I want it to be like more sit down. So I wanted to do this get ready with me because I love makeup. Like, I love it. I watch YouTube for teacher tubers and makeup channels. That is what I love. I love it so much, and I just love it. And I kind of want to do more makeup on my channel. Let me know if you guys are like yay or nay for it, because if you guys aren't feeling it and you just want the teaching content, then I will I'll just probably make a different channel, maybe, I don't know. But okay, so after I came back from the Impact Driven Teaching Conference, and I was really just questioning a lot of things, you know, I just found out I wasn't getting hired back. So I'm like, I don't know what I want to do. And you know, at the Impact Driven Teaching Conference, we just talked a lot about impact and what do we want to do with our impact. And you know, we put ourselves out there on YouTube, and I just really had to figure out my why. And throughout my first year teaching, towards the end, when I really was pushed about not being hired back, and you know what, you work so hard but sometimes you just don't make the cut, and I was just really questioning my why to YouTube. And then I really thought about it. It's YouTube, it's about you, and I like the person that I am. I'm not perfect, but I do like the person that I am. And I feel like, and I love talking to people. That's one of my favorite things. I'm like an introvert and an extrovert. Like, ambivert, I think that's what it's called. I'm in the middle. I love my alone time because I need it, but I also love just being around people and just hearing their stories and getting to know them and really just helping them any way I can. Like, that's who I am. I'm not a negative person, and I don't want to be perceived as my channel being negative. Like, I guess that's what was being perceived of my channel, apparently. I just didn't know that, but I just don't want that to be an issue. I really want my channel to help teachers in general, but I also want my channel to help people in general too, and even young girls. Like, I am so excited to be teaching 5th grade because I'm gonna have all these young girls in my classroom, and I just want to empower them so much, and I want to empower all my students so much. And I love makeup, and I just want it to be about me. So I am going to be moving soon. We're in escrow right now. If you guys don't know, me and my brother purchased a investment home in my hometown, and that we're going to be moving into. We're in escrow. It ends in about 2 weeks. So once escrow is over and done, we're going to be moving in, and I'm going to have a whole filming room, which I'm so excited for, because again, I love YouTube. I love interacting with you guys. I love the comment section. I reply. I give you a thumbs up. I love to hear what you have to say. I just love YouTube. I can't even explain it to you enough. So once I have a better filming setup, I want to start doing teacher chat Sundays, and I want to do I want to go either live when I get more subscribers, hopefully, or just film something like this on Sunday mornings while I get ready for the day and post it up on Sunday. Really edited, not as much editing as typically. It's like a more low-key video. Like, I want to feel like I'm your friend, you're my friend. I want to be on that level with you guys. So if you think that would be a good idea, let me know, because I really want to do it. And while I get ready, I would just love to talk about my week, talk about my favorite makeup for right now, talk about how my teaching's going, really good lessons, really bad lessons, funny stories. Like, I just want it to be like a chit chat, but teacher edition, but with me, because I am a teacher. Like, that's who I am. I'm a teacher. So I'm gonna go in with an eyeliner. This is from an Ipsy subscription bag, and it's a Heiko. This is not my favorite, but I'm definitely using it up. It bleeds like crazy. And what I mean by bleeds is you put it on your eyelid and it's so runny that it expands. It's not a very solid formula. I had to get my huge mirror out for this. So yeah, I want to incorporate more about me in my channel. I've been looking back on my channel, and I could see how not myself I was in my vlogs last year. And I'm like, ugh, I don't like that. And I just want to do what I like. Like, I don't find anything wrong with that. But again, that's why I want to keep my channel very teacher focused throughout the week, as in sharing my lesson plans ideas with you guys. Because truly, I'm being so honest, I love lesson planning. Thinking about how I'm gonna teach a lesson. I love it so much. I think it's so fun. And I wanna share my ideas with you guys because I think I have good ideas. But then again, I wanna add a little bit more of my personality too. And I wanna do that on Sundays for Teacher Talk Sundays. Okay, I feel like I'm rambling a lot. So for my mascara, I'm gonna go into this Man Eater by Tarte. It's from an Ipsy bag, I think. Not my fave, but again, using it up. Ew, my makeup looks kind of bad. I'm sorry, you guys. Like, this is a hot mess, but whatever. This was my first attempt. It's so thick under my eyes. I don't know what the heck I was thinking. I was busy talking. I'll get better at this. So this mirror, I love. It's from Costco. It was only 20 bucks. So nice. It lights up around the edge, so you get really good lighting when you do your makeup. It's a really nice mirror. So yeah, right now it's July 1st, and I literally start training on the end of July. I am so excited for it. I feel like that's what I was missing at my old district. Like, I didn't know how to, like, I don't know, reach my kids, I guess. Oh my gosh, sorry. We have a house phone. I'm at my parents' house until we move, but my parents still have a house phone. Let me know if your parents still do. I think it's so funny. We only get one phone call every day at the same time, and it's a telemarketer. I'm not even joking. That's the only phone calls we get on our house phone, and my parents still have it. It's so funny. They said they're not ready to like let go of the house phone, so right on. It's the same phone number I've had my whole life. But so this is a mascara by Benefit. It's Bad Girl Bang. This mascara is garbage. It is so garbage because, no offense, sorry, I should be more respectful towards the product, but it's not very good because this kind of wand is very flimsy and it creates more of like a spider lash than a fluffy lash that I like. I like fluffy lash. Oh no, oh no, oh no. No, every time. Why every time? I'm not even, that happens to me almost every day. And then you have to wipe it up. Yeah, okay, cool. Also, what I'm doing this summer is I'm not putting any heat product in my hair at all. I want my hair to like kind of become more healthier, so I trimmed off the edges and then I'm just letting it like air dry all the time. So this is my natural hair and I really don't want to put heat on it, so I'm not going to. It kind of is not that cute, but whatever, it's summer. I am not loving my makeup, but I think it's because of that primer. I typically don't use hydrating primers because my skin's oily. I usually use more of a thicker pore filling primer. And now I'm gonna spray with some Fix Plus. I have a long day today. I have a lot to do today. So for highlight, I just use this Maybelline Master Chrome in what color is this? It's a gold color. They have 3 different ones, I think, but this one's gold and it's like perfect for summer. That's why I use it. I love it. Alrighty, so I am basically done. So please, you guys, this is the first time I'm trying this, so if you think it's fun and you like it and you like to like more of these sit down kind of videos, please let me know in the comments or like the video. But if you guys are kind of like, I don't know if you should do this, like also leave that down below. Just let me know what you guys are kind of feeling with this. Thank you guys so much for watching my channel. So here's my finished eye look. It's pretty, I like it. I like how it's not like pungent pink, like in your face pink, but I like that you can see that it is kind of pink. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in my next video.